Hello, welcome to BBC News. I'm your host, the Lone Punk, and I'm joined by Barnaby Tremaine. Hello, Barnaby. Welcome to BBC News. Do not swear.
Please do not say fuck or bugger.
But I mean, bugger's fine. It's not really a swear word, is it?
Depends who you ask, I suppose.
Hello, anyway. Welcome back to the podcast, the World Chuffed podcast. We were thinking about doing a new series, but I think that's just gonna not happen now because that's effort and our lives are very busy and we don't have time for that. So you will be stuck with us talking about bollocks for the next 20, 25 minutes, 30 minutes.
Yeah, I like him hairy.
Okay. So we're gonna talk about we've kind of covered it in a few episodes. But it's gonna be you done? You done coughing?
I'm cool. No, I'm just dying of emphysema. I'll be fine.
Oh well that's not a good idea if you drop dead because then I wouldn't be able to do this podcast on my own. But
Well, sure you can. You just have a silent co-host.
just talking to myself. I mean, I do that anyway, but yeah. I mean, you're silent most of the time anyway. So yeah. Anyway, sorry, that was a little dig. But we're going to talk about like.
Fine, I'll be more involved. I'll interrupt you just constantly, just to annoy you.
Okay. Anyway, what was I saying?
Another thing.
Okay.
So
Right.
what, anyways?
Stop, please. For the love of, for the love of,
They're pleasing some people.
For the love of Jesus. Anyway, so today's episode is covering like American spin-offs, like sitcom spin-offs and TV shows that have failed and ones that like went on and succeeded and were better than the UK one. So I'll start off with the American Office, the Office US. Personally, I think that's way, way better than the UK Office, and it got bigger and it was way more successful than the UK Office. And I think it even got more.
I think they kind of missed the point of the British one, but I actually had a better show for it.
Because I'm not sure about the UK one, but it was like a documentary they were following about an office workspace. I guess it's the same for the UK one. I've not actually seen the UK one properly, but I can assume they kind of follow the same story because the first episode of the US one is like basically identical to the first episode of the UK one, but then
it's literally almost identical. Yeah, the idea of the UK office is just like the US one. It's basically supposed to be a documentary, but there's one thing that always kind of bugged me, that if it was supposed to be a documentary, you kind of expect there to be a narrator, and there never was.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but like the American one, and then they went on their own and then they did their own thing, and then the American one got bigger and more popular, and even today they even got like a spin-off called Papers, but that got like one series and got axed because it was like, yeah, no. It's even like a office, an Australian office. There's like I think an Indian office. There's like so many versions that have been span off. But I'd say that's a success. What about unsuccessful American spin-offs? Like,
Well, Red Dwarf is very much in our wheelhouse, I suppose.
yeah. So it's funny. I saw a clip of Craig Charles saying it wasn't Red Dwarf. It was more like White Dwarf because most of the cast, I think even Cat was played by a white person in that series.
Yeah, Terry Farrell, better known for Deep Space Nine.
I think and it's like you got a cast. Like the thing about Red Dwarf is it's like multicultural, multi-diverse, you know. And then America was like, nah, we'll just get white people.
I think Danny John Jules said it. It was like the most PC show on TV. You had a female cast member, a mixed race member, a black member.
And then they were like, you know what? Let's change that and make everyone white. Which is like,
wow.
And then they made Holly.
That was 90s America for you.
And then they made Holly a woman, which is fine because technically Holly has no gender, but like, I think who is the female Holly for the American one?
Jane Leaves, better known for Frasier.
I think she would do. I've only listened like the YouTube one because there's 2 episodes, there's 2 pilots. But the one I've seen in terrible VHS, like just awful. I think she did a pretty good job. And the only returning cast member is Crichton, is Robert Llewellyn, sir. It's a
He doesn't
banana.
sound like that.
I'm doing it doesn't sound like that.
He doesn't sound like that
What do you mean it doesn't sound like that?
because you're doing Crichton, not
Yes,
Robert Llewellyn, who sounds
but
nothing like that.
but in the show he speaks like this.
Well, that's his character.
And that's the only one. Is Matt McDonald in the American one? He's not, is he? I
Not
think
to my knowledge, no. But it'd be kind of fun if he was.
I don't think Captain Hollister is in that version that I'm aware of.
Well, it probably
Um,
would have been, but they never made it. So
yeah. Sorry, I just got a notification. So if you hear pinging, I do apologize. Yeah, that was like one episode, and I think the reason it didn't work is because firstly casting and the guy who played Dave, um,
this,
no, I know his last name. I was just saying, I don't know the actor's
Craig
name.
Bierko is the actor.
That's his name, and he was just tall and like. The thing about him is he was tall, and I'm not saying Craig Child was not a good-looking guy because he is,
Oh,
but
he's a handsome fella.
like they made him tall, white, brown hair, and like a pretty fucker. And they made him like clean and tidy. And the thing about well, not tidy, but the thing about Dave Lister is he's like a mess. He's like disgusting and gross and leaves his fucking like his boxes everywhere and eats Vindaloo and fucking beer flavored milkshake and I just don't know. And also the audience, I feel like Red Dwarf
You
is
know,
such
you
a
can
neat.
get beer flavored milkshakes. That's a thing.
Yeah, I was like, well, maybe we could do a video on that one day, making beer flavored
I had a
milkshake.
beer flavored energy drink once. It was fucking awful.
Really? That sounds
Yeah,
disgusting. But
horrible.
I think because it's such a niche comedy and such British humor, it just didn't work. Like, it just flopped. It just, I don't know. It would have been a different story if the Red Dwarf US got its own and it got more successful. But that's not true, is it? Um, Maybe we could talk about Kings of the Van Nye if you want. And people are like, "What the
Yeah, I still
fuck is?"
haven't actually watched it because I just can't bring myself to do it.
And people are like, "What the fuck is Kings of the Van Nye? What's that a spin off of?" Do you want to tell the audience what Kings of the Van Nye is a spin off of? They're not gonna guess.
Sure. Yeah, you'd never guess from the title. It's actually Only Fools and Horses.
And the funny thing about it is, it came out in 2012, and by then, Only Fools and Horses technically had been off the air for like 20 years at this point. Around that.
Well, yeah, the last special was in 2003.
Yeah, so about 10 years. So about 9 years off the air. And they were like, you know what would be really good if we got our own version of Only Fools and Horses, but call it Kings of the Vans Nye, which I think is a place somewhere in America.
Isn't it Van Nuys?
Van Nye, yeah. And I'm
I
gonna,
don't know. I've never heard anyone actually say it out loud. I've
I'm
only
gonna
seen it written down.
name the cast, and you tell me who you think plays who. So we've got John Leguizamo, is that his name? John Leguizamo.
Leguizamo.
And who do you think he played?
Well, he most famously played Luigi in Super Mario Brothers.
But who did he play in Kings of the Vans Nye?
He's got to be Del Boy.
Yeah, he's Dale Trotter. And Dustin Yabara, who do you think he played?
I'm guessing that's Rodney. I don't even
No,
know who that is.
he played Donny Trotter.
Oh yeah, that's silly on me.
Whoever the fuck Donny Trotter is. You're like, you know what? Rodney doesn't work. They could have called him Dave.
Dave, yes.
Dave. But they didn't. And
Perfectly
then,
good name.
who do you think plays Grandad in the American spin-off? The American failed
Well,
version?
I actually know this is Christopher Lloyd, and I just can't bear to watch it.
It's like Christopher Lloyd, in my opinion, is like one of those actors who he's quite a big name, and the fact that you got him for your spin-off of a show that was off the air for 9 years and was like, you know what, let's just get him. And they didn't make it subtle. The only episode, and they have a monster truck DeLorean that I think he buys from Trigger. They do the line, like,
Yeah, it's a nice reference, so I'll cut them some slack on that one.
but the other thing is the one thing they did actually, it's similar, but it's not the same. You know when Dell and Rodney meets Trigger, it's like, why do they call him Trigger? You know, and all that.
You
Whatever
carry a
the
gun.
line is. What's the line?
Is it why they call him triggers? You carry a gun.
Yeah,
No, it's because
they,
got face like an horse. Do you even know that? Do you even know what that's referencing?
no, I don't.
Oh, it's actually a weird connection. Actually, it's as far as I know, it's a reference to a song by Benny Hill,
Oh,
who, of
okay.
course, Jane Leeves did some work with.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. But I think they do actually make that joke in the US one, but no American's gonna go. Um, and it just, I watched it, right. I've actually watched the episode. It's on YouTube. You can watch it. I'll probably link it in the bio. Why not? Um, and and the
Why haven't
thing
I
is,
listened to stuff enough?
it's not even an episode because it has, like when it's like, it has like numbers and like time and stuff. So it's not even like a fully edited video, finished episode, because it
What's
has
the
all the
time code?
time code and everything. So it's not even that, but it still exists, and it's the worst thing you'll ever see. Like, I think that's worse than the American Red Dwarf, or Red Dwarf the US, if you want to call it that. Um, it's just awful, and like you're 9 years too late to the party, and no one gives a fuck about Only Fools and Horses. Well, we do, but no American does. I don't even think Americans know what it is.
As far as I know, it was never a big deal in the US.
And that's the thing. It was in there, and like, and the humor as well. They had to change for an American audience because no American audience is going to know what Only Fools and Horses means. No American audience is going to know. I stick a pony in my pocket. I grab the suitcase from the van. No Americans are going to know what a pony is, do they?
I'd say it's probably not a well-known bit of slang.
Do you know what it means?
Well, I know exactly what it means, but do you?
Yeah, I do. I'm asking you.
It's 25 quid to the uninitiated.
Stick a pony in. Oh, I can't sing that because we'll get in trouble. What other ones were there? Spin-offs, shit remakes. They're not even spin-offs, they're remakes.
Little known fact: the Cosby Show was kind of a remake of One Foot in the Grave.
I did not know that.
I
Did
say
Black
kind of. I think it just had a couple of scripts that were like retooled.
did Black Books ever get American remake?
Not that I know about, and it'd be a very different show.
That wouldn't have worked, I think. Also, I want to mention. I know we mentioned in the last podcast that Black Books would be the next episode, but we're going to have that like a special episode where Barnaby's going to talk the whole episode. Where I'm just going to sit back and let Barnaby talk. So the pressure's on you. The pressure is on you for that episode.
Am I going to drink wine and chain smoke the whole episode?
You might as well call you Burner Black. So yeah, and I'll be Manny. We need.
I faced my whole life on his teachings.
We need. What's her name? Yeah, her name.
Fran
Katzenjammer. Sorry, who's going to be that? We need to find a third to be Fran Katzenjammer, and that means hangover in German.
Oh, good for you. Maybe I can bully my sister into joining us.
Which one? Anyway, we won't dox your sister. I mean, you can if you want, but probably not ideal.
You already did in our first episode.
Yeah, was it? What's her name? Thingy. Should we talk about the young ones? Well, not, the young ones getting. Was it? It was technically a spin-off. It was Oh No, Not Them. And
yeah, I've not seen it because I don't have any money because my royalties pay me about 1 cent a month. So yeah, if I ever get the money, I'll sign up to Nigel Planer's Patreon and see if I can watch it. But
for concept, Nigel Planer, who played Neil Pye, who is vegetable rights and peace, and we sow the seed, right? Nature grows the seed, and we eat the seed. And then, anyway, so Nigel Planer has a Patreon. I don't think it's on there anymore. I think it only lasts for 30 days, so I think it's gone forever. Unless Nigel decides
No.
unless Nigel decides to keep it. But Nigel Planer has a Patreon. Go and subscribe. It's not sponsored, but subscribe to Nigel Planer's, because Nigel Planer is a fantastic person. He's brilliant. He's funny.
Well, subscribe for us if you're feeling generous. Just
Yeah, and
saying.
let us know. So because he was in the episode, and what I can get from the photos I've seen, or maybe insert some photos here, is it's Neil, and Neil moves to America, and he lives in a apartment with two people whose name I forget. But funny enough, they're both from GBH. I think GBH, which is a punk band, which is a British punk band. So he moves to America and moves in with, I guess, two British people. Maybe I don't know. I'm only going off images, but from that it feels like it's actually a spin-off, not a remake, because Neil's still in there, and it came out in 1988. So we can't really go off it, but clearly it didn't succeed because it never made the light of day, and the only people that have it is probably the producers and Nigel Planer. But it would have been interesting to see it, to see why it didn't succeed and why it.
I don't suppose you know if the original writers, I don't know, do you know Ben Elton and
Um,
Lisa Mayer and you know the other one whose name I can't remember.
wasn't Rick
Famous guy.
also? Wasn't Rick also a part of that?
He
Was that,
was
was that
involved with
bottom?
writing it. Yeah.
I thought it was bottom. I don't know actually. Excuse me 1 second. I'm just gonna have some iron brew. Iron brew, not sponsored. Um,
Unfortunately.
God, I wish. Yeah, we can't really talk about it, but in their mid light of day, and Nigel Planer, if you're listening, is it Planer or Planner? It's Planer.
Plainer.
Nigel Planer, if you're listening, which you're probably not. Hello, first of all, big fan. So is Barnaby. Um,
He's
we love
online. We
you.
can send it to him.
We love you in, and we loved you in shows such as The Young Ones and Filthy Rich and Cat Flap and Gruesome Tales of Gruesome Kids. But you didn't know that, did you? But yes, Nigel Planer, Mr. Planer.
Are you going to do the whole Troy McClure? Oh, I'm Nigel Planer. You might remember me from such shows as The Young Ones.
But Mr. Planer, sir, if you're listening, please can we possibly have the footage?
Some money.
No, I was gonna also ask for the footage.
That too.
Maybe I'll email him. Maybe I'll ask him about it and he can give us some
Well, go on,
information.
go on, Nigel. Be a friend.
Go on, Nige. Not that Nige. Nigel Planer, not Farage. We're not gonna get into that. Um, God, what other ones were there? Like remakes or spin-offs? I mean, technically it's not a comedy, but Shameless. It kind of is. It's like a comedy drama, right? Shameless. Um,
Yeah, I've heard two people say that they prefer the US version.
yeah,
I've not seen it myself.
so do I. I I mean, the UK one is probably more relatable because obviously it's in the UK. But the American one, again, they made like the first three episodes. They changed a lot of the names and characters and stuff. But the first episode is very similar to the original first three episodes, and then they go in their own direction, and it's like The Office. It just becomes this big name, and all these actors in it. Most of them are like Hollywood stars, like the guy who played
Isn't it
Lip.
William H. Macy?
Yeah, William H Macy, who is a fantastic actor, who played Frank, and the guy who played Lip, who Philip. He's in like the show The Bear. He's been in like The Iron Claw, which is like a massive movie. The guy who plays Ian in the US, one was in a Star Wars game. So I'd say it's more successful because I can't think of anyone that's in the UK one who went on to do anything big that I know of, except Steve Pemberton, which he kind of did like Inside Number 9 and stuff. But yeah, well, would you have you seen the UK one?
Yeah, yeah. Not recently.
But
I watched it when it was first airing.
okay, so that's like 2000 and something. I'm not
2004, I think.
interesting. Kind of talks to your age, but not really. But we'll keep it off. You'll never know how old Barnaby is. Ooh.
No, you never will.
I can tell you right now, he's. So yeah, I mean, you got any shows like you can think of that were spin-offs, remakes, reboots from UK, or even like vice versa, like
Well, vice
sitcoms?
versa. Yeah, we have done a couple the other way around, but they never seem to work. Can't really think one off the top of my head.
I mean, it's not related, but like Gladiator. But then again, I feel like Gladiator was bigger over here, and they've only just brought back American Gladiator. Not sitcoms, but I feel like we made it better. Like we do everything.
Yeah, didn't Blockbusters start in America?
Blockbusters, what the VHS store?
No, I'm pretty sure they did. No, I'm in the game show with Bob Holness,
I don't know. I don't know what
who I
Blockbusters
may or may
is,
not have known.
mate. I don't know what that is.
Uh, well, never mind.
I mean, I mean, game shows. There's a lot that have been vice versa or very hard.
Yeah, we did the UK version of the Pyramid Game. In America, they had Donny Osmond, and in the UK, we had someone probably. I don't
Who
know who it
Wants to
was.
Be a Millionaire? We had that, and then they had their version, and they had Howie Mandel. Um, I
Oh,
think Howie Mandel.
they did Deal or No Deal. I think we did that first though.
Yeah, we had Deal or No Deal, and we had Noel, and then
Have you ever seen the American Deal or No Deal?
yeah, I've seen some clips because Howie. I think
It's
Howie
like
Mandel.
it makes ours look so cheap and nasty. Like, oh, it's
Oh,
cardboard boxes, and over there it's like metal briefcases and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. I've seen. I think Howie Mandel did that, not Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. Smarter than 10-year-old. I think they had that, and then they had a smarter than a fifth grader, and then we had a smarter than a 10-year-old.
I think they did it first. That one.
But we did it better. Yeah, I mean, it's really hard because we can talk about loads of things, but we kind of want to stick with sitcoms. But there are so many American in-betweeners. Let's talk about that. Now
Oh yeah, that's one. Yeah, fuck yeah.
that as I think there's like one series of that, like a few episodes. The reason it doesn't work. It's funny because a lot of those actors again went on to do big things. But the reason it doesn't work is
Well,
because
one of them did.
the humor in the UK in between is very crude. It's very, it's very of its time. It came out in 2008, so it's very ooh, I
I
love it.
don't want to dox anyone, but Emily Atack was actually my mate's neighbour.
Speaking of before, it's kind of linked, but obviously Emily Head, who uh, played Carly. Her father, Anthony Head, passed away, which is quite sad because I loved him. He was a brilliant actor. So I just want to get serious for a moment and say Anthony Head, you know, rest in peace. You know, fantastic actor. But yeah, Emily Head, his daughter, was in between
I
us.
wonder if you really did drink Gold Blend.
Huh?
I wonder if you really did drink Nescafe Gold Blend.
Don't know what you're quoting, but okay.
That's where he made his name. The Nescafe Gold Blend ads, way back before our time.
I did not know that. But back to the American in-betweeners or in-betweeners US, it just didn't work. It didn't land. A lot of the jokes didn't work. They had to change it up. Set in American high school, Mr. Gilbert was. I don't think they had a Mr. Gilbert, and obviously Mr. Gilbert's a proper knob end. Um, but yeah,
Yeah, I'd had a teacher like that.
it didn't land well, and I think there's a few episodes. They might be on YouTube, but it just didn't work. Like, don't know. Some things succeed, some things don't. But American in-betweeners didn't work. Skin's got American remake, I
So
believe.
did a show called Coupling. I don't know if you know about.
No, what's that?
Well, it was sort of marketed as the British Friends.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that. Yeah,
Pretty good.
but I've American skin didn't even know was a thing until recently. I think even
There
Misfits
was an
got on
American
there.
Men Behaving Badly with Rob Schneider.
I've heard about that.
I've
Rob
never seen
Schneider.
it.
Hate that guy.
Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider is
A
skinny.
carrot.
Um, yeah, I think they even did like a Misfits US. Um,
Really?
I think so. But yeah, apparently the Skins US or you would you call it Skins US? I guess you would. Um, that I don't know. I only found out that recently, but I don't think it was successful. I think it was on MTV. Rest in peace to MTV. Um, yeah, like we could talk about hours about spin-offs and remakes and reboots of America and or vice versa, but we wanted to cover the grounds like Red Dwarf, Early Falls, um, Younger Ones. I don't think Bottom ever got an American remake.
Not that I know about.
They would call it Fanny or something because that's what they call
That
bottoms.
would have been grim.
It's call it Fanny. Um, for people who are watching who are American, they call their front they call their bums fannies. I think
And we
or something like that.
laugh and laugh and laugh.
They didn't Faulty Towers get an American remake, or am I thinking of?
Yeah, I think it did. I've never seen it. I don't know if it ever aired anywhere.
I did read that somewhere that Faulty Towers did have a American remake, but I don't think there's any like with Oh No, Not Them. Is that what it's called? Oh No, Not Them. The young
Yeah.
ones didn't make it light of day. What other shows can I think of? Might be
Not a sitcom, but there was a US Queer as Folk.
was there?
Yeah, I've
Was
never
that,
seen that either. I
I'm
don't
pretty
watch a
sure that
lot
was
of
written
TV,
by.
believe it or not.
Was that not written by Russell T Davis though?
That is something I should know, and I don't know.
Technically, technically there was an American Doctor Who.
What do you mean with Paul McGann?
Yeah, technically it was American. It was meant to
That
be
is
that.
technically true. It wasn't actually Canadian.
No, no, no. Yeah, oh, well, it might have been, but it was meant to be made for American TV.
Steven Spielberg had some involvement in that.
Yeah, I mean, I love that. I think technically it's a TV movie, but it was a. Their plan was to make an American version, but apparently it's
It would have been awful.
no, yeah, but also BBC announced Russell T Davis announced that the Christmas special was being cancelled, and apparently Doctor Who's being axed again.
No.
I don't know how true that is, but I thought I'd bring it up. It's nothing to do with the podcast, but breaking news. Wee, 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 wee. You heard it here first. No, you didn't. It's all over the news and media. But apparently Doctor Who's being
Remember to put the flashing red light emojis in the title so everyone knows it's breaking news.
Thanks, Russell T Davis. I don't know about him. I watched Tiptoe recently, which is his new show. But anyway, look, we're getting off track. I'll talk about that another time. I think we're going to put the brakes on. Like I said, we covered most we can. These videos aren't perfect. It's just us talking, mostly me. But like I said, Black Books. That's the next episode, and that's the Barnaby Tremaine special. So Barnaby will be talking the whole time, and I will just be adding ad libs and talking about things because Barnaby's the expert.
Yeah, I'll be channeling Bernard and be extra grumpy.
Can you do a Bernard for us? An accent impression?
Not really,
Bernard.
not an accurate one. I can do Irish if I
Go
choose
on.
to. I just choose not to.
Bernard Black. Go on.
He sounds nothing like that.
I know, but I can't do his accent, can I?
And what accent are you doing right now?
Don't know. What about Manny, Manny, Manny? And
Yeah,
also,
he doesn't sound like that.
Barnaby, that little book of calm I got you. You haven't swallowed that, have you?
No, it's too big for me. I have read it though.
It's not the same one though. It's not the same one.
No.
For people at home, we'll talk about the next episode, Little Book of Calm, and why Barnaby hasn't swallowed it. We'll talk about the next one, but it's good night from me, and it's good night from him.
You done?
Yes.
Oh, all right.